Hello, my friend. Do you tend to worry a lot? Maybe more than you'd like to? I mean, after all, if you think about it, there's really always something to worry about. If you have a tendency to worry, I used to say my mom was a professional worrier, so I came by my worrying honestly because I used to worry about everything. And it finally got to a point where worry is heavy, it's dense. It can keep you stuck, feeling overwhelmed, and or not good enough. Because when you're worried about something or somebody or your life or what's happening in the world, then you can feel out of control or not good enough because I can't take care of it all. It can be a very heavy, even destructive emotion, worry. So let's take a look at that worry. One of the antidotes to worry is trust. And that's how I learned to move out of worry is the next time you find yourself worrying about something, especially if you're obsessively worrying, just say the word trust. See, if you make it too difficult, your ego mind will come in and say it's too difficult and you're stay stuck on worrying. So find a word. Trust is a good one, or any word that really resonates with you. And if you find yourself obsessively worrying about something, what if this happens? What if this happens? And going down that rabbit hole of worst case scenarios, starts by saying the word trust. And if you want to use another word, that's fine. We're going to go with trust. And start by just saying the word trust, 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 trust. See, when you're saying the word trust over and over again, you can't be in worry. So you just say the word trust over and over and over again. And notice how your body starts to relax. And then you say, I trust. I am trusting. Take it a step further and say, I'm trusting that everything is going to work out for the highest and greatest good of all involved. I'm trusting that it's going to work out for their highest and greatest good, my highest and greatest good. There you go. And take a deep breath in. See, when you focus on trust, when you start to even chant that over and over again, your energy lightens up, your mind lightens up. And because you're no longer focused on worry, you release that heavy density. Okay, now let's look at some of the reasons you worry. One of the reasons we can tend to worry is, let's say it's about another person. And it might be that you feel like you're responsible for them, so you have to make sure everything's okay. It might be that you're trying to fix things. Often worry comes from a place of fixing something. It often comes, actually, what's behind worry is control. Because when you're worrying, you're attached to the outcome. You're attached to, well, I want this to happen this way. I want that person to behave this way. I want the world to be this way. So, and because it's not, you worry about it. That's one of the reasons. There's several, but that's one of them. So, what if you let go of the need for control? What if you let go of an agenda, any agenda of the way you want to see things or the way you think things should be or you believe they should be? What if you let go of that? Just let go of it should be this way. That person should behave that way. That's what I want to happen. Just let it go. And instead, you said, I trust that it's all going to work out for the highest and greatest good of all involved. And it's that statement where you keep getting stuck for the highest and greatest good of all involved. What you're doing is you're saying to the universe, source, I trust you know what you're doing and that you're going to look after this for the highest and greatest good of all involved. And when you're in control, see that you're letting go. But that doesn't, when you're in control, you want things a certain way. You want the outcome to be a certain way when you're attached to control. So imagine you just let go of control. You trust that it's all going to work out for the highest and greatest good of all involved. There you go. I can feel the deeper relaxation within you. But now, as you're relaxing, there's a frantic energy coming up. And the frantic energy is saying, so this is a part of your energy, part of your consciousness saying, but if I don't worry about everything, what if this happens? 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 So you can't hear what you're doing is you're coming up with the worst case scenarios. And the reason you come up with worst case scenarios and you let your mind run rampant with all these, well, this could happen and this could happen and this could happen, is you want to be in control. It's like if you believe you can figure out every scenario that could possibly happen, then your mind tells you just keep worrying, come up with every possible scenario that could happen, and then you'll be ready for anything that could possibly happen. And to your conditioned self, your ego mind is saying, well, that makes sense. There's logic in that. But let's look at that. So now you've come up with every possible scenario you can possibly think of. How are you feeling? You're feeling anxious, maybe scattered, unfocused, heavy. Your energy is dense. You might feel tired, fatigued, no joy for life, not enjoying life at all because you spent all your energy and time and focus on worrying about the worst case possible scenario. So you all the ways to your conditioned self. This is the conditioning you received as a child. All the ways to your unconscious conditioned self. It makes sense to worry about every possible scenario. But now you're realizing that's keeping you stuck in heaviness and density, even affecting your health, certainly your well-being and your joy of life. So remember, that's conditioning. You were taught to be that way. That's not your divine self. It's what you were taught. So let's go ahead and release that conditioning that says you must worry about everything and you must plan for worst case scenarios so that you can be in control. But now you're starting to realize the worry is exhausting. And then you're living life like you're trying to defend yourself from everything. And that's exhausting. And it absolutely affects your health and your well being, your happiness and enjoyment of life. There you go. There, your whole self is feeling lighter. So, all the ways you've been taught and have learned that you must prepare for every possible worst case scenario there could possibly be. Let's let go of that. Just witness that. There you go. Just let that go. Gather it all up, sending it all to the light. There you go. Oh, self relax. Okay, there's some happiness starting to bubble up. But as happiness started to bubble up and circulate within you, fear came up. And it was more anxiety than fear. And the anxiety is, but what if I miss something? What if I'm happy? What if I feel good about myself? What if I even start to enjoy life and something bad happens and I wasn't prepared for it? There, just breathe. Just breathe. This is bringing up some trauma. This is bringing up some trauma. So we're just going to witness that trauma. It's also being released. So it's like a heavy, dense, was stuck energy within you. And that's being released, mainly from your first and second chakras. There you go. Take a deep breath in, let go. There's some fun and laughter and happiness. So, again, allow yourself to feel light, free, happy, at ease, joyful. What if you gave yourself permission to enjoy life? Okay, there's still a part of you stuck in, but what if this happens and I wasn't aware of it? What if it happens? Well, you were out enjoying your life, you were happy, you were feeling good, probably making more money, because that is the energy and the frequency that attracts money to you. Happiness, feeling good, joyfulness, feeling uplifted, curiosity, inspired. So if that was going to happen anyways, you've been living your life from a place of happiness, gratitude, appreciating yourself, your life, appreciating others, being appreciated. Okay, your mind is confused now. Confusion is not a bad thing. In this case, confusion is you've got one foot in the new world, one foot in the old world. And your mind is confused because it's been stuck on, it was taught, you were taught, I can't let myself be happy, feel good, enjoy my life in case something bad happens. Because if I'm happy and enjoy my life and something bad happens and I'm not ready for it, then it's my fault. Then you go down that downward spiral. But now your mind is saying, like we point out to the mind, but you've been living your life from a place of happiness, joyfulness, gratitude, probably more money and abundance flowing into your life, enjoying amazing relationships. If that happened, it was going to happen anyways. So the benefit is you've been spending your time enjoying your life, being happy, feeling happy, enjoying your relationships, letting money flow into your life, experiencing life in a bigger way. And let's say the worst case scenario, which 90% of the or more of the scenarios that you come up in your mind that you worry about will never happen. And I think it's actually much greater than 90%. But let's say that does happen. You are actually better prepared to deal with that because you're in better health, you're feeling good, you're happier, you're more open to seeing things from an optimistic point of view, from expanded points of view. So you're actually supporting yourself and others by giving yourself permission to let go of worry, to be happy, to enjoy your life, to feel good. And if that worst case scenario does happen, you're ready for it. Much more so than if you worry about it and it affects your health and your well-being and you're feeling depressed or down all the time. When you're feeling like that, you are not prepared mentally and emotionally, and sometimes, often physically, to deal with the worst case scenario. So give yourself permission to feel good, my friend. Give yourself permission to feel happy. Give yourself permission and allow yourself to enjoy life and let go of worry. And just try it for a little bit. The next time you find yourself worrying, especially worrying obsessively or intrusive thoughts are coming in, just say the word trust, 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 trust. Why trust? Because it's a high frequency emotion, meaning it exists in a higher consciousness, a higher dimension, like the dimension of fifth dimension and above. And so when you bring a high frequency emotion into density like that, and you keep repeating it over and over again, it dissolves the density, in this case of worry, and it's like you're replacing the density with a lighter frequency, a lighter energy. And as you do that, you will move from simply just saying the word worry or trust to I am trusting. I choose to trust that all is going to be okay. I choose to trust that everything is working out for the highest and greatest good of all involved. And then your body starts feeling lighter. You become more optimistic. You feel better about yourself, better about life. You be in the flow. You allow amazing things to come to you. There you go. Take a deep breath in. Let that go. So give yourself permission to feel good, my friend. Give yourself permission to enjoy life, to be happy. This is your life. You decide how you're going to live it. Namaste.